Shri Guru Nitai Gaur Premanandi Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Everyone all together, go on. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschachari Vansha Kalpaturu Kripa Sindhubhya eva Shama Kripa Sindhubhya eva Shama Patitanam Pavanebhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Jaya Vrindavana, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Shri Govinda Gopinata Bhajana Moha Shri Govinda Gopinata Bhajana Moha Shri Govinda Govinda Gopinata Madhana Moha Shri Govinda Gopinata Madhana Moha I'm by myself. Everyone all together, bolo. Jaya Radhe. Shamakunda, Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan. Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Maha Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Shamaru. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Everyone all together, bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Everyone all together, bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. One more time, a little louder, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Is it okay if we sing one more bhajan? What do you think? Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 Bolo. Jai 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 Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Madan Mohan Bol. Jai Jai Radha Madan Mohan Bol. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Bol. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Bol. Jai Jai Radha Madhava Bol. Jai Jai Radha Madhava Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha 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 Bol. Same beat. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana 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 Hare Bol. Jai Jai Radha Madan Mohan Bol. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Bol. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Bol. Govinda Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha Bol. Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha 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 Bol. Renata Bol. Oh Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana 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 Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hare Bol. 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 Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, Gopi Vallabha. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha Bo, Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha Bo, Radha Gopinatha Bo, Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha Bo, Jai Jai Radha Gopinatha Bo, Hari 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 Bo. We have Shamrupa on Mridanga. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. 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 Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, 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 Bolo Radha. Jai Jai Radha Gopi Vallabha, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki, Shri Prem Data Nityananda Prabhu ki, Shri Prem Purushottam Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki, Bolo Giriraj Maharaj ki, Shri Radhakund Shamakund Giri Govardhana ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki, Shri Purushottam Ketra Vipralamba Ketra Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Shri Madhuja Rasaganaiti Murti Mahabhav Prakash Jagannath Swami ki, Shri Jagannath Rathiyacha Maha Mahotsava ki, Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gauragraganya Gana Gotra Galaruharam Gauranga Gudatama Gopyada Kolpa Briksham Gopala Gada Ratidam Yati Singha Gauram Govinda Deshikavaram Satatam Namami Uttama Adama Kichuna Bachila Jachi Adileka Kola Kahe Premananda Emona Gauranga Hridoya Dariya Bola Bhaja Gauranga Kaha Gauranga Laha Gaurangera Namare Bolo Bhaja Gauranga Kaha Gauranga Laha Gaurangera Nam Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje Se Hoy Amara Prana Re Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje Se Hoy Amara Prana Re Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Yashaiva Padambuja Bhakti Labhya Prema Vidana Padama Pumata Tasmai Jagan Mangala Mangalaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Madgavir Api Gopala Sri Kuryat Kripaya Judi Tadaiva Sampaya Pitva Rishayustat Priya Janaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sasanatana Rupaka Gopala Raghunatha Brajabala Babahimam Panchakalpadarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I want to thank everyone very much for coming tonight. And before we start, I'd like to begin with a little thought, which you might call a sankalpa. Before you begin any auspicious act, a sacrifice, some ceremony, whatever, you begin with a sankalpa. Sankalpa means some determination, some vow. This is why I'm doing it. Can you hear me okay, Donnie? Okay, good. It's better than this thing here. I don't like those things. So what is our purpose here? We should question it. We should think deeply about it. Why do we have these classes and things? Well, it said, Shinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana, that just by hearing your heart becomes purified. That's okay, but our purpose is not just to have a pure heart. We'd like something more than that. In the Sattva Tantra, it's described, Hari Lila Satochara Pareshu Satatam Tvayakarya Pritistava Yata Bhaktinanashyati. That we should love devotees. But how do you love devotees? Everybody talks about love, right? We have our 16-word Maha Mantra, right? Coming from India. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And they tell you, if you chant this mantra, you can get everything. You'll get perfection. We also have a Maha Mantra here in America. Actually, it's popular now all over the world. It's not 16 words, it's only 3 words. But just like the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, people think if you just chant this mantra, if you just hear this mantra, just one time, your life can be perfect. They think like that. And what is that Maha Mantra here in the West? 3 words. I love you. Right? That's the Maha Mantra. And if your boyfriend says, I love you on the phone, you start crying, you call your friend, hey, you know what he's told me? I love you, oh my God. And you're so happy, isn't it? But there's 3 problems with this mantra. The first problem is, you don't know who I am. You don't know who you are. You may say, I love you, but who am I? Really, who am I? And the second problem is, we don't know what love means. We don't really know, we know what lust means, but we don't really know what deep love means, and that's a long discussion. And we don't know, if we're saying, I love you to someone, we also don't know who you are. So there's 3 problems with the mantra. I don't know who I am, I don't know what love is, and I don't know what you are. So it really doesn't mean anything. But everybody speaks about love. What is love? The Srimad Bhagavatam defines love. It says that it has 3 characteristics. It's ahoitaki. It has no motivation. When a girl's walking down the street and some construction worker says, hey baby, I love you baby, it's not love. You don't feel very happy in the heart. It has a motivation. And it's pratiyata. When you get married, he loves you so much. But then a few pizzas and soda pops later, and you become a little bigger in body. Then he decides, or maybe a few years later, decides to trade you in for a new model, a younger girl or something, right? So it's pratiyata. Love in the material world is hoitaki, it has a motivation, and it's pratiyata, it finishes. But real love is ahoitaki and apratiyata. It has no motivation, has no end. And the symptom then of that is it's yayatma suprasidati. Oh, it fully satisfies the heart. So this is what instinctively everyone is looking for. People feel good when they do ritual. And some people, they like to twist their fingers. When they do some mudras or some ceremony or something, they chant some mantras. They don't always know what it means, but it feels good. You have some comfort knowing this is our family thing like that. But that's not always good enough for our youth. They're going to ask uncomfortable questions. Why do you do that? Once, I'll tell you a story, okay? Once, there was a small village, and a young couple were going to get married. But there was many Brahmins in the village, but none of them knew how to perform a vivaha yagya. It's quite complicated ceremony. So they brought one pundit from a distant place, and he came to the village, and they engaged him in that service. So while he was doing that, all the other pundits who were there in the village, they all got their pens and paper, and they were writing down everything that he said and did, right? So they could do it next time. Next time there's a wedding. So right in the middle of the wedding ceremony, a cat came running through the yajna. And the pundit said, hey, throw a basket over the cat. Because a cat is a very moochy creature. They don't think so in America, but in India they know, because cats eat all kinds of things. We have a cat in Jagannath Puri where we live. It's not our cat. It just comes around, and sometimes it brings fish and things inside. It's a very, very disgusting thing. The cats are very contaminated. So that pundit said, hey, throw a basket over the cat. And all these fellows are watching, they're writing it down. Basket over the cat, I got it. Right? So what happened, after that pundit left, when the next wedding ceremony came, one of the local Brahmins said, I know how to do it, I'm very expert. And so he had all the, he said, oh, and get a cat and get a basket. It's part of the ceremony. Got to let the cat go and throw the basket over it. So that may satisfy older people who we like our culture, we like our tradition. Even I feel a little funny coming here tonight. I'm a little confused because I'm coming from India to America, and I have to kind of rub my eyes. I'm not really sure here tonight. Am I a Deshi or am I a Bideshi? Anyway, that means, am I a local person or am I a foreign person? Because everybody here's from India pretty much. Not you, but most of them are here from India. So we feel comfortable with our tradition, and that's good. We should do that. But it's not enough for the young people. It's not enough to continue things. We should have a reason for what we do. So why do we come together? Because we want to create satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayano kata tas josanat as apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. We don't want to only purify our heart. We want to progress to levels of pure love. And that happens in a sangha that's satam prasangam. It's not just satsanga. We've all heard of satsanga, most of us. Satsanga means an assembly of saintly persons. What does a satam prasanga mean? In this Sarta Darshani commentary, in this verse of the third canto Bhagavatam, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the prefix pra before the word sangha means something special. Satsanga means being honest. It means working a job, taking good care of your family, being a good person, being a chaste wife, being a good son, being a good daughter, being a good older brother or younger brother. Right? That's satam sangha. It means doing your religious practices and things. That's important. So then what is satam prasanga? Prasanga means something more. It means, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, that we hear directly about Krishna. And when we do that, Satvata Tantra says, Hari Leela, when we hear that Hari Leela, those pastimes of Krishna, Hari Leela Sutochara, Suta means to hear, Hari Leela Sutochara, Pareshu Satatam Tvai, Karya Pritistava Harir, Yata Bhakta Nanashiti. Priti means love. Then we develop real love. We develop real community. Because everyone is looking for community. People come to America mostly to get money. And it's a good country for that. It's a good place. It's clean here. I appreciate it. I live in India for 25 years, and it's more clean here. And it's better organized. But we want community. And we want community that has some value, has some meaning. And not just the Deshi, the Indian devotees, but also the Bideshis. I'm confused again. The American devotees, I guess they're Deshis here, right? They also want that. It's not enough just to tell people, come to our temple and be a member and do this religion. People today, they're a little more thoughtful. They want to know, what is this? And I want something deeper. I want some connection with people. So this is our purpose. This is our sankalpa before we begin. We like to try to come a little closer together by hearing some Krishna Katha, some Hari Katha. My Guru Maharaj, he spoke some about this, the potency of this Hari Katha. And once he told a story. He said that this Hari Katha is so powerful. Once there was one businessman, and he was a big businessman. He had lots of money. They have a joke. What do you buy? Maybe you can answer this joke. Can you try? Okay. What do you buy for the man who has everything? He's so rich. What do you buy for him? Can you say? It's difficult, isn't it? What do you buy for someone who has It's a very simple answer. You buy him a burglar alarm. Because he has everything. Means he's in so much anxiety. People are going to come and take things away from him. And so this poor fellow, he could hardly sleep at night. For days, sometimes he couldn't sleep. He was in so much anxiety. He always was thinking, money, 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 brighter than honey, brighter than sunshine, sweeter than honey. Money, money, money. That's what everyone's looking for, right? So he couldn't sleep. He wasn't a peaceful fellow at all. But someone told him, you should go. This sadhu, he's speaking some Hari Katha. You should go there and hear. Yes, I'll go. And so he went there, and he's sitting, and that sadhu was speaking about Krishna Leela. Krishna Katha is an amazing thing. Because when we go to a lecture, we're always kind of going there like, okay, what do they want from me? Isn't it? What do they want? They want me to become a member. They want some donation from me. They want some money. Isn't it? People are thinking like that. Or we want you to buy this thing or that thing. When you go to church, we want everybody to come forward now and accept Jesus in your heart or whatever like that. And you're going to be saved. We have some motivation. But Krishna Katha, there's no motivation. And that fellow, he could feel that. Wow, this is really nice. And he was just listening. He became really relaxed. And after a little while, something happened. He fell asleep right in the middle of the class. And some of that sadhu, his disciples were there, and they were going to wake him up. Hey, this is very rude. You shouldn't sleep in class. The sadhu said, no, 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 no. Let him sleep. And he slept for like 10 hours until the next morning. And then he woke up. Oh, such a nice sleep. So good. See, Krishna Katha. It's the medicine. It's Mahoshadhi for so many diseases, for our material anxiety. So we have a topic in front of us tonight, which I titled Pride, Prejudice, and Prema. Prema meaning love, pride, prejudice, and prema, obstacles on the path. And I'd like to read you something from Srila Prabhupada. This is a verse from the Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter 29, text 32, which also appears in Srila Jiva Goswami's Bhakti Sandarbha, when he speaks about behavior amongst devotees. Because tonight I'd like to say something about how to cooperate together, how to get along together. And these two problems, pride and prejudice, and how they're obstacles on the path to prema. So this is spoken about in the Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto. Lord Kapildev says, Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santam atmanam ishvaram hitvarcham bhajate modyad bhashman eva johoti sa. Bhashman. What does bhashma mean? Does anybody know? In Hindi also, bhashma. What does bhashma mean? Ashes. All right, ashes. Bhashman eva johoti sa. It's only ashes. So he says, Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu. Someone's worshiping the deity. He worships the deity in the temple, but he doesn't appreciate Santam Atmanam Ishvaram, that the Lord, Sarveshu Bhuteshu, He's in everyone's heart. He doesn't see that. He only sees God is in the temple. God is in my temple. And he's not in your temple. Why did you do that? I grew up in southern Illinois as a boy. And my family were Baptists, going to Baptist church. When I was about 6 years old, they decided to become Methodists instead of Baptists. Now, I can't tell you what the difference is between a Baptist and a Methodist. I'm sorry, I really don't know. But I remember my grandmother cried for about a week when they changed from Baptist to Methodist, and she said, "You're all going to go to hell." So there's a certain kind of mentality like that, isn't it? And we see that also in India, some people, right? Some people say Mahadev, Shankar, he's everything, and why are you worshiping Krishna? And other people say, oh, Krishna's everything, and don't worship Mahadev, or worship Ganesh, or do this or that. And people, they think that God is in my temple, and he's not in your temple. So the Bhagavatam says that one who worships a deity in the temples, but doesn't know the Supreme Lord is a Paramatma situated in everyone's heart, that person, he's in tamagun, he's in ignorance. And he's compared to someone who's pouring ghee in a fire, right? You're doing homa, pouring ghee in the fire, but bhashmadeva jahot, you're just pouring ghee in ashes. There's some ashes there. You're such a fool. There's no fire. You're just pouring ghee in the ashes. And Srila Prabhupada comments on this. Listen carefully. It's a very deep point he makes. It is stated clearly herein that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his plenary expansion of Supersoul, is present in all living entities. The living entities have 8,400,000 different kinds of bodies, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is living in every body, both as the individual soul and as a supersoul. Since the individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, in that sense the Lord is living in every body, and as a supersoul, the Lord is also present as a witness. In both cases, the presence of God in every living entity is essential. Therefore, persons who profess to belong to some religious sect, but who do not feel the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living entity and everywhere else, are in the mode of ignorance. They're saying there's some worshipers, they're worshiping God very nicely, they're doing all the rituals and everything. They're going to the temple, they're going to the mosque, they're going to the church, but they think God's only in our place and he's not in everyone's heart. And this is in the mode of ignorance. Prabhupada goes on, if without this preliminary knowledge, this is not deep knowledge, this is preliminary knowledge of the Lord's omnipresence, one simply attaches himself to the rituals in a temple, church, or mosque, it is as if he were offering butter into ashes rather than into the fire. One offers sacrifices by pouring clarified butter into a fire and chanting Vedic mantras. But even if there are all such Vedic mantras and all conditions are favorable, if the clarified butter is poured on ashes, then such a sacrifice will be useless. In other words, a devotee should not ignore any living entity. The devotee must know that in every living entity, however insignificant he may be, even in an ant, God is present. And therefore every living entity should be kindly treated and should not be subjected to any violence. In modern civilized society, slaughterhouses are regularly maintained and supported by a certain type of religious principle. But without knowledge of the presence of God in every living entity, any so-called advancement of human civilization, either spiritual or material, is to be understood as being in a mode of ignorance. The Bhagavatam describes this in the 11th canto. Archayame Vahare. There's a certain category of people. They're doing archana to Krishna. Archana me Vahare, pujam ya shadayayate. They have faith in that puja, shadayayate. But natad bhakteshu, chanyeshu. They don't have faith in devotees. They don't have proper behavior toward other living entities. Sabhakta prakrita smita. That person, he's some kind of devotee. He's wearing kunti mala, some tilak. He's dressed up like a devotee. But he's a prakrita bhakta. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says in one place in Sajjana Toshani, he says that to wear tilak, to wear Kunti Mala are the symbols of a Vaishnav. And these things are good. They're purifying. We mark the body as a temple of God. We wear Kunti Mala to indicate we're the servant of Krishna, the servant of Gurudev. But he says, if someone thinks that these symbols mark a Vaishnava and someone who doesn't have these symbols, then they're not a Vaishnava. He says this is prejudice. And from this type of prejudice comes hatred and sectarianism. And we start thinking, I'm good and this other person's not good. I'm very good because I'm wearing a dhoti, and Shamrup Prabhu, he's wearing jeans. Obviously, it's not good. We'll think like that. Such a foolish thing. You know, for years, 1982 to 1986, I lived in our temple in Los Angeles. And they have a nice gift shop there. They sell dhotis and kurtas and saris. It's not easy to find. Saris are not so hard to find in America, a little hard. But dhotis are very hard to find in America. And they found an interesting thing, that every year, by about the middle of October, beginning of October, to the end of October, the sales of dhotis and kurtas went way up. And there are all kinds of people coming in off the street buying dhotis and kurtas, and the devotees couldn't figure it out. And then every year we would go to Hollywood Boulevard for Harinam on October 31st, on Halloween night. And we would go there, and then we would see, those are the guys that bought the dhotis. They're dressing up for Halloween. And unfortunately, most of them are completely drunk. And when they see the devotees chanting, they become really, whoa, ha! And they go and they want to have a picture taken with the devotees, like that. So what's the value? If somebody sees that person wearing a dhoti, they're probably going to get a bad impression of the Hare Krishna movement. So just wearing a dhoti, does that make you somehow spiritual? Just to wear that? Or just by being a member of something? And our movement, we want to see a change of the heart. And a problem can come when we practice bhakti. We can begin to think that, oh, now I'm a sadhu, I'm an important person. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is anybody here from West Bengal or from Orissa? Raise your hand. You are, Matthew?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so. Your accent's wrong. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Harinam Chintamani, he says, Krishnaika sanandatai sadhu lakshana apanake sadhu bholiya parichoy deyoya dhambikata. That the Sarup Lakshana, or the principal quality of a sadhu, is saranagati, to be surrendered. But he says that apanake sadhu bholiya, some people, they claim to be a sadhu. They go around and say, yes, don't you know who I am? Here I am. I'm a sadhu. That, he says, parichaya deyoya dhambikata. That's just damba. That's just pride. In Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he sings about this in Harinam Chintamani. Is it okay if we sing and you guys can chant Hare Krishna in response? Is that legal? Krishnaika Sharana Matra Krishna Nama Gai Sadhu Nami Parichitta Krishna Kripai Bolo Hare Krishna. Krishnaika Sharana Matra Krishna Nama Gai. What is the symptom of someone who surrenders to Krishna? They chant Krishna's names. And then something happens when you start chanting Krishna's names. You may be a very bad person. Like in India, there was one very bad fellow. His name was Murgari. You've heard of Murgari before? And he was a hunter. But he wasn't an ordinary hunter. He didn't belong to the, what is the gun group here? What do you call them? The NRA. He wasn't an NRA member. NRA members are probably better than Murgari the hunter, actually, much as you don't like NRA maybe. But when he would shoot animals with his bow and arrow, he would just hurt them and then would leave them to suffer until they bled to death and died like that. And Narad Muni came one day, it's a long story, but he preached to him, and Mrigari became a devotee. Huh? Narad Muni told him, you give up, you break your bow, you go and he said, Guru Maharaj, how am I going to eat? If I break my bow, how am I going to feed my family? He said, Narad Muni told him, don't worry, I'll take care of you. It's a problem today. Nobody has faith in that. We don't really have faith in God. We like to go to the church or the temple, the mosque, whatever the particular religion is, to feel good about things, but we don't really take shelter of God. That's not practical. We think like that. But sadhus, they take shelter. So Mrigari, he took shelter of the Lord. Okay, Guru Maharaj said. And so he gave up everything. The village people heard, that hunter, he's become a sadhu. And so many people started coming to see him. And they say, when you go to see a sadhu, you bring him something. Bring some fruits. Some people were bringing some flowers. Some people were bringing some rice or dal, vegetables, different things. And one day, Narad Muni was in the area with his friend Parvat Muni. And close, thanks. And he told Parvat Muni, he said, hey, I have a disciple near here. Let's go check him out. I want to go see how he's doing, okay? So he went there, and when Mrigari saw Narad Muni coming from a distance, immediately he went to offer obeisance. But when he saw it was a problem, there's some ants. In Orissa we call them pinpoti. I don't know what you say in Hindi. Some pinpotis are there. So he took his cheddar and he was sweeping, wiping the ants away. And Narad Muni, he told Parvat Muni, see, he's become a sadhu. Now, before he was half killing animals, leaving them to suffer. But now, he's caring about the ants. He's so saintly. And so then Narad Muni came and said, so, how's your bhajan? Bhajan kosho? Well, this is how we greet a sadhu. We don't ask, how's your health? Where are you going to next? How's your underarm odor? Is that going well? We don't ask questions like that. We ask, how is your bhajan going? That's what we ask a sadhu. Narad Muni asked him that. And he said, Guru Maharaj, everything is okay. He said, but I just have one problem. You're sending me too much food. So many people. We have a big store. I can't use it all. Everybody's bringing things. You tell them to stop. I can't eat all of this. This is what happens. You may be someone like Mrigari the hunter. Badmash. Very bad person, right? But when you start chanting Hare Krishna, everybody says, oh, look, this Yavana Malacha, these white elephants, they're chanting Hare Krishna, they're dancing. Very nice thing. And then people treat them like sadhu. Bhaktivinoda says, Krishna Bhakta Vyatita Nahika Sadhua Ami Sadhu Boli Hoy Damba Avatar Hey Hare Krishna. Krishna Bhakta Vyatita Nahika Sadhuar. The real sadhu is a Krishna Bhakta, someone who's devoted to Krishna. But if he says, Ami Sadhu Bole, I'm a sadhu, then actually we consider, hey, Damba Avatar. He's an incarnation of pride. And we don't appreciate such a person. Chanika Pandit has written some things in this regard. He says, Swahasta Gratita Mala, Swahasta Grishta Chandanam, Swahasta Likitam Stotram, Sukrasyapi Sriyam Haret. That even Indra, who's Devaraj, the king of all the Devas, even Devaraj Indra, he loses his glory. When he puts on a garland, he makes himself. If Indra makes a garland, I got to look good. I'm going to go out today, everybody's going to see me, I should have a garland on. So Indra makes a garland and puts it on himself. He puts some sandalwood paste on his head so it looks like everybody's appreciating him. Or he writes some verses to glorify himself. Then he loses all of his punya. So this problem is there. And in this regard, we should take shelter of the sadhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a nice song in this regard. Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur, Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur, Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur, Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur, Sambandha Janiya Bhajite Bhajite Abhimano Haudura. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakura, Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur. This is how we begin our spiritual life. We want to get the blessings of a sadhu. We were speaking of this the other night. What is Krishna's mercy? Krishna Kripa Sri Murti is Sadhu Guru. The sadhu, the devotee, is the embodiment of God's mercy. We were speaking about this from Bhakti Sandarbha, a very interesting thing that Jiva Goswami says. He says, what is mercy? He said, mercy is when you see someone who's suffering, and that suffering touches your heart and moves your heart. And that movement of your heart, that's called mercy. And he says specifically, when you see someone who is suffering, but they're also humble. There's a lot of people who are suffering, pretty much everybody, I think, but not everybody's humble. And when we see someone who's suffering but they're proud, we don't feel very much compassion for them. But when someone is suffering and they're humble, then we feel compassion. But Jiva Goswami says, Krishna can't feel such compassion. Because Krishna is always full of Ananda. Krishna never touches the material energy. So how can he see the suffering like that? Krishna sees that suffering through the embodiment of his mercy potency, which is his devotee. So we pray to the devotee. Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur. Oh Vaishnava Thakur, Kripa Koro, please, please be merciful to me. And what mercy do we want? Sambandha Janiya. Bhajite Bhajite. That by your mercy, Sambandha Janita, I'll understand what is my Sambandha, what is my connection with Krishna. By your mercy, I'll get a connection with Krishna. Bhajite Bhajite, through this bhajan. And then Abhimana Haudura. I'll give up my false ego. It'll go away. Then I can really worship Krishna. But a problem comes. Amito Vaishnava Eburi Hoile Amani na Hobo Ami. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Pratistasha asi hridoya dushibe hoibo nirayagami. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur, Kripa Koro Vaishnava Thakur. Does anybody here teach school? Raise your hands. Anybody teach? You teach. Good for you. Teaching's a nice occupation. Both my parents were teachers. Huh? If anybody ever taught before, maybe sometimes you may teach in your business, some new people or something. If you have someone you're trying to teach and they say, I know all this. I already know all this stuff. Right? How do you feel? You're like, okay, go away. Leave me alone. Right? You don't want to teach them anything. You don't have any mercy for them. So in a similar way, if someone develops this attitude, Amito Vaishnava Ebudi Hoile. If I think Amita Vaishnava, I'm a Vaishnava, if I have this attitude, Amani Nahobu Ami, then I won't be able to give respect to everyone. And I'm not really a Vaishnava then. Because the nature of a Vaishnava, Vrindavan Das Thakur, he describes in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Aise Vaishnava Dharma Sabare Pranati, Aise Dharma Dvaji Ja Iti Nahi Rati Bolo Hare Krishna. Aise Vaishnava Dharma Sabare Pranati. This is the Dharma of a Vaishnava. What does Dharma mean? Dharma is a very difficult word to translate into English. Some people translate it as religion. That's not proper. Dharma means the intrinsic quality. It means the nature. The Dharma of chini, of sugar, is to be sweet. The Dharma of fire is to be hot. So that's the nature, the intrinsic quality of something. Aise Vaishnava Dharma. What is the nature? What is the Dharma of Vaishnavas? Aise Vaishnava Dharma. Sabare Pranati. They give respect to everyone. But there's another category of persons, say Dharmadvaji. They're waving the flag. Dharmadvaji means someone who's waving a flag and advertising. I'm a devotee. Iti nahi rati. They don't have any taste for giving respect to everyone else. They just want some respect for themselves. So Amani Nahobo Ami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, then they can't give respect to everyone else. Although they're saying, Amito Vaishnava, I'm a Vaishnava. But Amani Nahobo Ami, you can't give respect to everyone when you start thinking like that. Instead, Pratistasa Asi, Hridoya Dushibe, Hoibo Nirayagami. It's a sad story. Instead, Pratistasa Asi. I want this pratista, position, pride, respect from everyone else. Hridoya Dushibe. If this pollutes your heart, then Hoibo Nirayagami. You'll go to hell. So Bhaktivinoda, he says, Tomara kinkora apane janibo guru abhimana chaji. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Tomara uchista padajalarenu Sada niskapate bhaji. Hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Kripa koro Vaishnava Thakur. Kripa koro Vaishnava Thakur. He says that all that I know, Tomara Kinkora, Apine Jinibo, I'm your servant. I want to be a servant of the Vaishnavas. Guru Abhimana Tyaji. I give up the attitude that I'm a guru. Tomara Uchista. I'll take your remnants. I'll eat the remnants off your plate. Padajalarenu. I'll take the dust from your feet. I'll take the water that's washed your feet. In this way, Sada Niskapati Bhaji. I'll really do worship that it's niskapati. It has no kapacha, no duplicity within it. This is a real mood of Vaishnavism. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings another song. Shall I sing this? Is that okay? It applies to me. It's kind of the story of my life. Listen carefully. Garita achare rohi lama moji nakorinu sadhu sangha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Loy sadhu vesha ani upadeshi eboro mayara ranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hari Hey, my dear Lord Hari, this is the story of my life. Garita achare rohi lama moji nakorinu sadhu sangha. My behavior is very bad. Garita achar, my achar, very, very bad, like a scary movie in the movie theater. Garita achari rohi lama moji. Nakorino sadhu sangha. I never really did sadhu sangha. I stayed in Shamru Prabhu's house for a few days, and I got my photograph taken with him a few times. But I'm not really a sadhu. I never really did sadhu sangha. I just hung out a little bit with some saintly persons and tried to impress everybody like that. And then what happened? It's today. He says, Loi sadhu vesh ani upadesh. I came to Boston to this nice program, and they gave me a garland. Loi sadhu vesh, I dressed up like a sadhu, and ani upadesh. Here I am, giving everybody instructions. He says, E bodo mayara ranga. This is Maya's big joke. We shouldn't take ourselves so seriously. What we should take very seriously is the message of Krishna consciousness. And we have a service to repeat that message as we've heard it. But we shouldn't think, I'm a saintly person because so many people are coming. And if we start thinking like that, then maybe we'll think this person's good, this person's bad. This person, he's an ISKCON devotee, but he belongs to the temple in Brooklyn. I don't like those devotees there. I like the Boston devotees. Or he's initiated by some other Maharaj in ISKCON, and I'm initiated by, or even worse yet, he's a Gaudiya Math devotee, or he's a Babaji devotee, or this or that. Srila Prabhupada described in one conversation, he said a devotee is never envious of another devotee. If he is, he's not a devotee. Tadadineshu, Maitri. One who is a devotee, we have to make friendship with them. How can we hate them? We love all devotees. We appreciate all devotees. But it's a little bit, requires some skill sometimes. In our early days, just like a child, when he's 3 years old, you tell them, don't go outside the fence, right? Child says, why not? What are you going to tell them? You know, someone's going to kidnap you, someone's going to beat you, a dog's going to bite you, a car's going to run you over. You just tell them, because outside the fence, everybody's bad. Okay, right? And as a child's growing up, people come walking by the fence and the child's on the other side. You're bad. You're bad. Like that. It's cute, isn't it? Everybody laughs. Right? But if that same child grows up and he's a 45-year-old man and he's still standing on the other side of the fence, you're bad. You're bad. That's a little sick, isn't it? We should be broad-minded and we should appreciate good qualities in other persons. To develop bhakti, it's required that we should be nishta. We should be fixed with our Gurudev. We shouldn't be sentimental like Mukunda, who was going everywhere in different sanghas and things, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to reject him because of that. We should be fixed and nisha to our Gurudev, but we should be at the same time mature enough that we respect and appreciate all types of other people. So many other good people are there. And if we can't do that, then we're not really practicing bhakti. You're not really doing sacrifice. You're just pouring some ghee on ashes. You're not really worshiping Krishna in a way that he appreciates. There's a nice story in this regard. Dronacharya was the guru of the Pandavas and the Kauravas both. He was training them in weapons, archery and things. And one day, Drona, he called for Yudhishthira. Hey, Yudhishthira, come here. For so long, I've taught you, I've not requested anything. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not doing things for money, teaching. But now, you should give some remuneration, some payment. Because in this world, everything requires a price. If you want to get married, it's a big price. You have to be faithful to your husband, faithful to your wife. If you want to hear Harikatha, there's also a price. Pranipat, Pariprash Seva. Ramanujacharya in his Gita Bhashya commentary says 3 qualities are required for Shravanadikar. We should submit ourselves to the message of the speaker. We should inquire in a proper way. And we should render service to the message and to the speaker. Otherwise, you don't have adhikar to hear. It's an intimate sangha, as we started off by describing. It's not just something we want for money or this. So anyway, Dronacharya told Yudhishthira, now I want some Guru Dakshina. I want something. Yes, Yudhishthira said, yes, Guru Maharaj, what is it? What do you want? And Dronacharya told him, I want you to go out and just find one person, bring him to me, one person who's lower than you in every way. Yes, Guru Maharaj. And Yudhishthira left. And then Dronacharya called for Duryodhana. Hey, Duryodhana, come here. Duryodhana, I've taught you so long, now I want some Guru Dakshina. Yes, Guru Maharaj. What do you want? Duryodhana, I want you to go out and find just one person who's better than you. Yes, Guru Maharaj. And they were both gone for a long time. And finally Yudhishthira returned and he was holding his head down. He looked very depressed. And Yudhishthira came in and he said, Guru Maharaj, I'm sorry, I failed. I looked everywhere. I went all over the world. I couldn't find anybody who's lower than me. I'm sorry. And then at that time, Duryodhana returned. And Duryodhana looked really annoyed. And he came in, he said, Guru Maharaj, you gave me a really hard job. I went all over the world. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find anybody who's better than me. And Dronacharya then he said, Duryodhana, your search is over. Here's someone better than you, Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira, your search is also over. There's someone lower than you, Duryodhana. So we should respect everyone because we don't know who is on what platform. Rupa Goswami speaks about this in a practical way in his Upadeshamrita. These are his Upadesh Amrit, the instructions, the Upadesh which are Amrit, which will make us live forever, which will give us Prem Bhakti. And he says there, Krishneti Yashagaritam Manasadriyeta. Anybody who chants Hare Krishna, I should give respect to them. That even means some rascal on the street is making fun of the devotees. Once somebody came up, we were doing Harinam, chanting on the street. Some devotees were distributing books in downtown Seattle years ago when I was there. One man came up to the devotees who was distributing books and said, Hare Krishna, can I have one of those books? The devotee said, well, yeah. And he gave him a Bhagavad Gita. And the man had a big smile on his face. He opened the book up and he started ripping pages out of the book. And he threw the book on the ground. He started stomping on the book. We had to stop the Harinam because the devotee who was distributing books was going to beat him. We had to grab him and stop him like that. So somebody like that, he's chanting Hare Krishna, but he's really a badmash, really, really a rascal. Are you a badmash? Sometimes? No? We'll ask your mother. Okay? So someone may be a rascal, but if they're chanting Hare Krishna, we respect that because it's such an amazing thing for someone to be able to chant Hare Krishna. So he says, but Dikshasti chet pranati bhajantam isham. If someone is dikshat, they have second initiation, they've taken shelter of Gurudev, that means they're very serious now. They're advancing in devotion. And bhajantam isham, they're worshiping the deity. Ho, ho, ho. I get down on my hands and knees. Rupa Goswami says, he gives us this advice. Get down on your hands and knees. Offer obeisances to that person. They're worshiping Thakurji. They've taken initiation from Guru. They're an exalted person. And then but still we don't know. Maybe they're just putting on a show. Sometimes I see when we go to Kolkata, you're driving around in a rickshaw, and there's some poor people there. Maybe he's a rickshaw wallah, but he broke his knee or something, so he can't drive his rickshaw. So he figured out an easy way to make money. You go to the puja shop, and you buy, what in the wrestling we would call a paita, one of these, a Brahman's head, and he puts it on, right? And he gets a little bowl with some rice and turmeric, haldi, and some incense, and he goes up to the rickshaws and he says, hum, hum, swing, sing, ha, ha, hoo, and he kind of makes some funny noises, you know, and sprinkles something and waves some incense and says, paisa da, paisa, you know, give me something like that. Huh? He's not a Brahmin. Huh? He's just putting on some show. So you don't really know about that person, but we're respecting the fact that they've taken initiation. We're respecting the fact, bhajantam isham, they're worshiping the deity. We're appreciating, respecting the quality of that. And that vigyam, bhajan vigyan, someone who's expert in bhajan. And nindari shunya hridam, whose heart, hrida, is nindari shunya, is completely free from the propensity to criticize others. That person, iti sangalabhya, I want to associate with that person. I want to serve that person. Well, who is that? Maybe I can go for 15 minutes and not say anything bad about anybody. And you'll think, hey, that must be him. He's good association. You can still put on a show, right? So what does it mean when Rupa Goswami says that? It means that in our association, we can't see who's who. We can't recognize who's a devotee, who's not a devotee. What if I told you I knew someone who's a devotee, but they like to eat fish? They like to eat non-vegetarian things. Do you eat non-vegetarian things? You do? Yeah? That's okay. So what if I told you I knew someone who's a non-vegetarian? Many of you might say, no, he's not. That's not a Vaishnava. But what if I told you he's an eternal associate of the Lord? And his name is Garuda. Garuda is a non-vegetarian Vaishnava. He's a devotee. So don't just judge someone just on some external thing. So Rupa Goswami, though he gives us these codes, Krishnita Yashagiritam Manasadi, anyone who's chanting Krishna's name we should respect in our mind. Dikshashti Cheppanati Bishcha Bhajanta Isham. Anyone who has Diksha and Bhajanta Isha is worshipping the Lord, I give my obeisances to. And anyone who's expert in bhajan, bhajan vigyan, and whose heart is free from the propensity to criticize others, I want to associate with him. What does it mean? It means that in our association, don't hear criticism. Don't criticize other people. Don't judge other people. Don't try to proclaim, I'm a good devotee, I'm a devotee, and this person's not. I'm a devotee because I'm born in a Brahmin family. I'm a devotee because I was born in Gujarat, and someone is born in Orissa, they're not a devotee. Or I'm a devotee because I've gotten second initiation, and this other person, they're just working a job. Don't think like that. The nature of a devotee is they hide themselves. Jagadananda Pandit, he sings in one song, he says that Vaishnava Chiniti Nai Devata Shakati, that even the demigods, they can't tell who's a devotee. There's a nice story in the book called Bhaktamala. There was one lady, she was very depressed. She was a married lady. My husband's not good. Wherever we go, I hear so many people coming and speaking like this. My husband's not a good husband. My wife's not a good wife. I think, why did you marry them? And why did you do that? But she was thinking, my husband's not very good because he's not a Vaishnav. He's not practicing Krishna consciousness. He's not a devotee. So she was very unhappy. But she didn't actually know. She was getting more and more unhappy. But what she didn't know was actually her husband was a devotee. He was a great devotee. But although she's sleeping in the same bed with him, she's staying in the same house day after day, she couldn't recognize that he was a devotee. And then one day, one evening while he was sleeping, he called out, Oh, hey Krishna, hey Bhagavan, hey Krishna, hey Krishna. And then she realized, oh, my husband's a devotee. So she was very, very happy. And so the next day, she told everyone, we're having a bandar. We're having a big feast, big program. Everybody come. And everybody's saying, what is it? Why? The husband was also coming. What's the celebration about? And she said, because my husband's a Vaishnav. My husband's a devotee. I didn't know. He's a Vaishnav. And when the king understood that, he thought, oh, what have I done? I've revealed the treasure in my heart. Something which I should have kept very, very secret. Now I've exposed that. And he thought, no, this is very, very bad. And feeling separation from the Lord, he gave up his body. He died. Because he didn't want to be known as a devotee. It's not a good thing to be famous as a devotee, to push ourselves as a devotee. Rather, gopayad gurumatmana. We should hide our guru. Gopayad nija malakam. We should hide our mala. Gopayad devatam ishtam. We should hide our ishtadev. Don't advertise all these things. If we advertise all these things, the benefit may go away. Just like if you have a small kitchen, right? And you have a big pot of water, which you put on the stove, turn up the flame all the way, and you take the lid off the pot. It's very impressive what happens. The whole room fills up with steam when the water starts boiling, right? Now, if you kept the lid on the pot, and maybe you put a brick on top of it also, then what happens? Nothing. You don't see anything. Doesn't look very impressive, does it? But what happens is the pressure builds up and builds up until the pot explodes. And this is the nature of Krishna Bhajan. Sri Chaitanya Mukod Girna Hare Krishna Tivarnaka Majayanta Jagat Premni Vijayantam Tadavaya. This is a verse Rupa Goswami has given in his book Laghu Bhagavatamrita, and he describes how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the Hare Krishna mantra to everyone. But he gave it in a certain way. Sri Chaitanya Mukha Udgirna. Mukha means the mouth, and Udgirna means like a volcano exploding from his heart. It's something that he was hiding. He wasn't advertising to everyone. So this is the nature of bhakti. We should be careful and avoid this pride as a devotee, which then leads to prejudice. And if we have this prejudice, then we'll fall down as a devotee and we won't get Krishna Prema. So although we want to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, language is a difficult thing. In Bengali, Oriya language, I'm not sure in Hindi, Sanskrit, the word is prachar. And in Sanskrit, the word prachar means to share or to expand something. It's very positive. In English, we translate that as preach, to preach. But look in the dictionary. Let's see if I can find this word in the dictionary real quick. I have Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Let's look up the word preach. Okay. And that gives different meanings about it. The first is to make a speech about religion in a church or other public place, to deliver a sermon. To write or speak about something in an approving way, to say something is good or necessary. It's the second meaning. And the third meaning of preach is to write or speak in an annoying way about the right way to behave. That's one of the meanings of preach. We don't want to preach to people. Preaching is horrible. We want to practice prachar. We want to share something. But you share by tasting it. By tasting it deeply in the heart, not just by wearing it on the outside. Once there was a man who had some health problems. He had a rash on his arm, itched like anything. And he had a bad cough. And when he was coughing, blood was coming out. So he went to the Kaviraj, the Ayurvedic doctor. And the doctor told him, well, he said, this rash on your arm, that's not so serious. He said, for that, I'll give you these white pills. You take these white pills, crush them, mix them with ghee, clarified butter, and rub that on your arm. Now, the blood coming out, that's very serious. For that, I'm going to give you these red pills, and you take them after your meal with some hot water, and you swallow them, okay? He says, so now you remember, this is important, the white pills are for the outside, and the red pills are for the inside. I said, yeah, Doc, I got it. White pills to the outside, red pills to the inside. The guy's walking away, going home. He's not so bright. And as he's walking, he's trying to remember what the doctor told him, white pills for the outside. And after a little while, he kind of forgot and got it backwards. Red pills are for the outside, white pills are for the inside. And so when he got home, he took the red pills and he ground them up, mixed them with ghee and rubbed them on his skin. And he took the white pills after the meal with hot water, and the story has a very sad ending. You see, after a few days, he died. The story is an allegory that we wear white on the outside. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Raghunath Das Goswami, Antarnishta Bahir Vyavahar. On the inside, you keep your bhakti. And on the outside, you look like an ordinary person. The white's on the outside. The red color is saffron. That's on the inside. Problem is, many times we do it just the opposite. We dress up like a devotee. We try to present ourselves in a big way on the outside, but on the inside, everything's rotten. It smells very, very bad. So we should hide our bhajan. Don't advertise that. And don't think that we're in the position to judge other people. But just be simple and give respect to everyone. Okay, so we'll stop there. We've spoke for a long time. Oh my God, is it almost 10 o'clock? I'm sorry. So, does anybody have any reflections about what we said? This is what we need in a Sangha. Questions are also good, but I like reflections first. Reflections means, oh, you said something. I like that. I want that. I'm going to keep that. Or it reminded me of something else. First reflections, and then maybe some questions. Anybody have some reflections? Also encourages me that I know that not everybody was falling asleep.
Thank you very much for all of this. What really struck me was the statement not to take ourselves seriously, but rather take the message seriously.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel that if I don't take myself seriously, no one else is going to take me seriously. So they get mixed up.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing. Sometimes we think, oh, if I don't demand respect for myself, nobody's going to give it. But ironically, it works the other way. Usually when we start demanding respect, then people, they just go away. They don't appreciate it. But when we don't demand any respect and we just want to help others, like Jayananda Prabhu, Prabhupada's disciple, always gave respect to everyone. There was one devotee who was out distributing books, and some bum came up to him, a drunkard street person, hadn't bathed in a long time, and he said, hey, do you know Johnny Ananda? That's what he used to call Jayananda. And the devotee said, yeah, I know Jayananda. He said, he's my friend. And the devotee said, well, I'm sorry to tell you, Jayananda died from cancer a few weeks ago. And that drunken bum on the street started crying. He said, he loved me. He cared about me. And Jayananda never demanded anything for himself, but he just cared about other people. Right? When we do like that, then people will appreciate us and love us. Thank you. Any other reflections from anybody?
It's wonderful that respecting others, no matter, and not judging people. We tend to forget that most of the times. At least me, I forget.
Yeah.
And kind of see people in a different way if they are not, if they are drunk or if they are having some vices. We judge them, but
not only should we not judge people, but we should also forgive people. Think about that. It's a profound thing. You're a married man, I think.
yes.
Yeah. So what are we looking for in our marriage? What are we looking for in friendship? Really, at least my humble opinion, I'm looking for someone who's going to forgive me, no matter how much of a jerk I am, no matter how bad I am. Real love means that anyway, it's okay, you had a bad day, you were angry today, I forgive you. That's love, right? Your wife will forgive you, hopefully, if she really loves you. Maybe you'll forgive her if she's crying too much or this or that. That's love. So we should remember that amongst each other when we make mistakes. Don't just jump on someone and criticize them. Oh, I don't like the way you look, I don't like this thing or that thing. But we should be loving and accepting of people, and forgiving. And then maybe they'll be accepting of us. Okay? Prabhuji?
Is pure love is like, can we consider it as a first step of the self-purification?
What was the first word?
The love?
Love.
Pure love?
Is pure love the first stage of purification?
Self-purification?
No. Love is something which comes later. See, first of all, how can I love someone if I don't know who I am? Even from a material perspective. If I want to get married, but I don't really know who I am, I'm not in touch with myself, how am I going to have a deep relationship with that other person? It's going to be very difficult. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the first thing is Chaito Darpana Marjanam, that your darpana, your mirror, needs to be clean. Now, if you have a mirror that's really dirty, it's got like automotive oil grease on it, right? And you go to try to clean the mirror, you start wiping it, you can't see anything. It's so dirty. But you keep wiping, and after a while, you can kind of see a little something, like a shadow or something. The first thing you can start to see. And that's our nature, our material nature, as our particular varna and ashram, whatever. We understand something about ourselves materially. And that's the beginning then. And as we go a little bit further, then I understand something more about myself spiritually. So love is predicated upon predicated upon understanding something about myself and being honest with myself. So in that sense, love is not the first thing. Love is actually the last thing. Love is the goal that we want to come to. But how do we accomplish that? We should understand something about ourselves. So we were speaking in the beginning, Hari Lila Sutochara, Parishu Sutatam Tvaya, from Sattva to Tantra, that we should love devotees by hearing and chanting together. But that's a work in progress. And it's something that if we come together, then we can become one in the heart when we hear and discuss together. But not just in a one-dimensional way, not just in a passive way, but the Bhagavatam says, Paraspara anukatanam pavanam bhagavad yasa. There should be paraspara, there should be back and forth. Someone listens and they should say, well, that's okay, but it doesn't make sense to me like this. Or, yeah, I really like that. Wow, I'm going to remember that. There should be some back and forth, some confirmation, some discussion amongst it. Then it sticks to us. And that's the beginning of that love. Okay? Anybody else with any questions or comments? Mataji?
I just wanted to repeat that nice analogy you told us, and then I have a question. So I really liked about flame, a big flame, impressive, but you cover it with a pot and brick, and then it's not so impressive, but at some time it just explodes.
Yes.
And also about the color on inside saffron, outside white, so white. And my question, what would be, I understand theoretically, but what would be practically, how to feel without judgment about the person who, reads Bhagavad Gita, or that person in Harinam you told us about, or just someone who you see that is not showing that, is not showing that behavior that should be followed.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us that if you want to be Kirtaniya Sada Hari, if you really want to deeply chant, if you want to always chant, then you should be Amanina Manadena. Give all respect to others. How can we do that? How can I give all respect to someone, like Prabhuji is saying, is a drunk on the street and they smell bad? I just want to get away from them. Maybe they're obnoxious, they have some mental illness. Or I used to go to the airport in Los Angeles to distribute books, and so many businessmen are coming through. And oh my God, they're so difficult to talk to and things. They're just very proud, get out of my way. But I learned something after a while, that the problem is with me. The problem is with my, the way that I'm looking at things, the way I'm looking at people. I should see something good in everyone, amanina manadena. And I should be constantly looking for something good in everybody. And that drunken person on the street, he doesn't have a house, he hasn't taken a bath in a month, maybe he's mentally ill, maybe he might even hurt you physically or something. But that person, if you talk to him, he loves his mother. He really loves his mother. Or maybe he was a business executive and he knew so many things before. He had a big education and then something went south in his life and he had so many problems. And you realize, wow, find something in everybody that's better than me. Maybe that he may be a drunkard on the street, but he really loves his mother, even more than I love my mother. He's better than me. Maybe a drunk on the street, but he's better than me. Maybe a businessman and not a devotee, but he's better than me. He may be a mediator, but he's better than me. Anybody who's a businessman is better than me dealing with money. I'm useless. You can ask my wife. Dealing with money, organizing things. I'm a useless person. They're better than me. And that's our life. I should give respect to everyone. So if we have this mentality, that everyone that I meet, I try to find some good in them. Prabhupada, in one purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says that the nature of a Vaishnava is they're adoshadarshi. They never see fault in others. But the problem with the materialistic person is they're sarvadoshadarshi. They see fault in everybody. They see fault in everybody in the whole world except for one person, themselves. Right? I see fault in everybody else, but I don't see any fault in myself. We have to reverse that. Let me see good in everybody else. Something. Let me try really hard and find some good quality in everyone. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives an example. He says there's a sadhu, and someone comes with him in the middle of the winter in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan in the winter, it is so cold, bitterly cold. And someone comes, and that sadhu has a blanket, a kumbha. That's the only thing that's keeping him alive. And some dacoit thief comes with a knife, puts it to the neck of the sadhu, give me your blanket. And the Vaishnava gives him the blanket. And Vishwanath says, that sadhu, he's thinking, this person's a sadhu. The guy with the knife. He's thinking he's a saintly person. How is he a saintly person? Obviously he's a saintly person. He had a knife. He could have hurt me, but he didn't. So obviously he's a saintly person. So he's finding good in something, even where there's no good. He sees something good. We should always be in this way. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given one purport. It's a whole other long discussion. He says there's 4 types of saintly persons and 4 types of unsaintly persons. There's 4 types of sadhus and 4 types of asadhus. And it's all predicated upon the ability to not see fault or see fault. And a sadhu is someone who doesn't see fault in anyone. And everybody loves that person for that. We're all looking for that one person who'll love me in spite of all my faults. Well, let's be that person. Let's appreciate something in everybody else. Is that helpful? Okay.
In continuation to what Mataji asked. So that's like blasphemy, right? Tearing off the pages of Bhagavad Gita. So how do you respond to that kind of situation where somebody is blaspheming?
Yes. Well, you're a father. How do you respond when you see your child putting their hand on the fire? You want to grab them and pull them away because they're going to get hurt. But you don't hate them for that. You don't slap them and say, stupid idiot, what are you doing putting your hand on the fire, dumb kid? You don't do like that. You love them. And so similarly, we want to stop that. We don't want him to rip up that Bhagavad Gita. He's putting his hand on the fire. He's going to get some bad result from that. We don't hate him. He's just a foolish person. I read a newspaper article some years ago about an interesting man, not a devotee, in Los Angeles who rescues dogs. And a lot of the dogs he rescues are pit bull dogs. These are dogs that no one wants because they've attacked children, they've attacked people in a very ferocious way. And the city wants to put them down. They want to kill them. And so this man, he rescues them. And he brings them there, and he says that his whole purpose is he wants to love those dogs. He wants to express love and affection to his dogs. And he says, every one of them will bite me. But I have to tolerate that. I'm trying to take care. He says, in showing the love to these dogs, they're going to bite me, I know it. But I just have to tolerate that bite and still love them in spite of it. And of course, some dogs are incorrigible, and we can't help them. But some of them, you know, they may bite him a number of times, but he forgives them and tolerates that. And it changes the heart after some time of that dog. So that's what we need to do sometimes. That's what we do in our family. You're a father. It happens so many times. Sometimes they literally bite you. Or they pass stool and urine on you and different things. And you just, that's what it means to be a dad, right? That's what it means. It's what it means to be a husband. It's what it means to be a wife. It's what it means to be a friend. When we care about somebody, it means I'm going to let them pass urine on me. Sometimes I'm going to tolerate it. My Guru Maharaj once called all of his disciples together, and he said, "You're all just like children passing urine and stool on me. And I have to tolerate it. What can I do?" That's what it means. Anything else from anybody? Okay. Should we do a little kirtan for a few minutes, or should we just take beside? I don't want to disturb everybody, really. Some people have to go to work early tomorrow. Need to work?
Ask the owner about the neighbors.
Yeah. Is it going to cause some trouble?
No problem. We can have that 2 minutes kirtan.
Okay, can we all jump up and down? Maybe we won't do that.
Friday party.
This is a raga for this time of night called Triveni Raga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everyone, all together, if you want, not you can put your hands in the air and close your eyes. And let's all try to call out from the core of our heart, all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabhaju Ki, Shiva Prabhupada Ki, Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo, Vanshakalpadurubhishcha, Kripa Sindhu Devacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha, Anupari Vaishnavinda Ki. You, come here. What's your name? Ahan. Please come here, Ahan. So Ahan was so good. Wasn't he good tonight? Yeah. I wanted to just give Ahan something special. Let's see. This is a nice sticker of Lord Jagannath.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahan. Does anybody else want? You want a sticker? Yeah, you can have one. Would you like a sticker? Come here. It's okay. Anybody else who's a kid or thinks like a kid? Not you.